You were right by the window now.
It's not gonna break the window.
Or what about these?
I can hit the ceiling.
What about these? No. Oh my god.
Oh, welcome to the Arcane Lounge podcast. I threw this big old D20 all the way at the ceiling.
And where did you get that?
1 inch. 1 inch from hitting the fan. And I love it so much.
It's going to disappear.
I have
one of these
great
days.
hand-eye coordination. If there's anything I'm confident about in my abilities, my hand-eye coordination, I can catch and throw like I can't throw that far. I'm not like a strong thrower. I'm a really accurate thrower and really accurate catcher.
Yeah.
That's about all I can do.
Anytime I have something that you need, you always go, throw it to me. I'll catch it. And I hate throwing things to you because anytime I do it, you go, that was terrible. It's a terrible throw.
You throw kind of, sorry babe, you kind of throw like a bitch. And
yeah.
Because
I don't want to do it.
If you want to throw something and you want to throw it to somebody else,
yeah.
you have to commit. If you don't commit, you're going to fucking do this.
Yep.
And that's not how you throw.
Yeah, like what was it the other day? You're like, we were
on
opposite sides of the
to the opposite side of the car. You just have to go like this. You just have to put some you're not gonna fucking blind me. You're not gonna go.
I was more worried about the car than I was about like you.
Well, you hit the car.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Unintentionally, because I throw like a bitch apparently. Anyway, we went to St. Louis this past week.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun. We went and saw Ludo, and that was a good time.
And I got this cool mug at the airport.
I've been listening to Ludo since I was a freshman in high school, so like 10 years ago. And God, what?
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yep. And we've been together for 8.
Yeah.
You know
One of our first conversations we had was you going, hey, do you know who Ludo is? And I went, nope.
Yeah. And
but then I did, and it was very good.
They stopped making music in 2010, but that's like when I got into them, because I think that album came out, and Logan and I listened to them all the time. We had a USB that had a bunch of music on it that we'd both like put on it, and we would take this USB and we would just plug it into computers, into Logan's car. Some cars it would work, some cars it wouldn't. But it was just a stick with a bunch of music on it. I was gonna say pirated. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure we illegally downloaded every song on that stick.
Probably
because we were poor high school students.
Yeah.
And like Ludo's discography was on that, and we would listen to it constantly. We'd just plug it into the car, plug it into our computers, listen to it all the time.
You saying that reminded me of Logan's car that he had when we were first starting to date, and it was you guys called
Crown
it
Vic?
Yeah, you guys called it Deco Popo.
It was the decommissioned police car, so
yes.
we called it Deco Popo. Yeah,
and it had no seatbelts in the back seat.
Nope. His first one.
First one that he
ended up wrecking that one,
yeah.
and then just got
got the same car.
Crown Vic.
Yeah,
that's the most Logan shit ever. Buying in cash a Crown Vic
for like $600.
Crown
yeah,
Vic, and then crashing it, and then buying another one.
Yeah, and then he had that same Crown Vic for a while, and then like maybe a year and a half ago, his grandma was like, "Do you want my car?" Like an old
she finally
Ultima,
got like a
Nissan?
just like a whatever car, and I guess I don't know if did he drive that up to?
He drove that.
He did drive to Washington.
Yeah, he pulled it up there because he took a U-Haul.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so he still has that car. So at least he has a car.
Yeah, he has a car in Washington. I'm very excited. He's going to come down and see us.
Yeah, I want to try to get him. I haven't asked him or told anyone this, so I guess I'm making really, really bad promises right now. This is not confirmed at all. I'm just saying this as a wish. I hope if he's down for at least like a week, we could maybe have him guest star in a game or two on Arcane Arcade. I think that'd be a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He can play Stibble's Ghost.
No.
That would be awesome.
Stibble's Ghost in a one-shot.
Just forms through Lelia. She's just like, I'm here. It's like, what's going on?
And he possesses Lelia.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He
would possess Philip.
He could do
he
that.
Just does a Uno reverse card.
Yeah. I'm down. Is that what gets grossed out of Philip? It's
Stibble's Ghost.
Stibble's Ghost.
Wow.
Like, there's only room for one guy in this head.
Exactly.
And it's Stibble's.
Philip's just got like 8 dudes in his head.
Yeah.
He's just constantly getting the demons lords start fighting.
In his head?
Yeah, Zuggitmoy shows up and he says, hey, I'm here too now.
Zuggitmoy can hang out.
Friggin' Orcus shows up and he's like, actually, this is my side of this just would turn into my Baldur's Gate 3 stream with the chat where they've claimed different parts of Blueberry's brain, and that's what all the demon lords would do to Philip. They would just claim different spots. He would have he can have the pineal gland. That's the part that Philip can have in his brain, which is the tiny gland in the middle of your head that secretes melatonin. But also has a lot of mysticism behind it and spiritualism for some reason, and people think you can activate it to open your third eye.
Do elves have that? Since they don't sleep?
Probably not.
Then he doesn't have anything.
Wait, oh shit. Wait, what the fuck? Craig, I need you to look up the exact definition. I'm working off of like basic knowledge of what I think I know. What's a pineal gland? And what exactly does it do? And if its only purpose in the brain is to secrete melatonin, then yeah, elves wouldn't have that.
I assume elves still feel tired. They just don't sleep. So maybe melatonin just makes them...
They feel tired, but they don't sleep. That's right. So it's so weird though, because it's like, I know it's magic and shit, but it's fun to think about. Like, do elves, like when when humans and people go to sleep, and all the other races go to sleep, they're like repairing their body, because that's what I assume sleep does. Yeah. Is that what happens during meditation for elves? But it's just really fast.
I assume, yeah.
Wouldn't that make elves like metabolism super fast?
Yeah.
And also, like, wouldn't they be sick, like, like, their sickness would last, like, half the time?
I guess, yeah.
Because their body could repair it so easily? What the fuck?
Do we have a verdict?
I do. Oh. So the pineal gland, you're correct, does produce melatonin, but it also moderates like sleep cycles. Okay. But it also affects seasonal sleep cycles. Oh. So for most vertebrates, meaning like hibernation and stuff like that sometimes, so I would stand to reason if it could do daily sleeps and seasonal sleep, it could probably do some kind of trance type thing too.
So they have
so they have a pineal gland, but it's a weird. So then it doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with like their body and like how it like goes without exhausting itself, I guess. Because an elf can still get levels of exhaustion.
They can, yeah.
They can still get tired. They can still, their muscles still feel sore, but they just only need to be in a trance for 2 hours. 4 hours. Sorry. Because they only have 6 hours of rest. So their long rests are 6 hours, and for 4 of it, because 2 hours is menial activity. You know what's funny is people always make Twitter jokes about that, and I'm really coming in here with my glasses being like, oh, your joke is wrong. But people are always like, the most fantasy part of D&D is getting 8 hours of sleep, and technically you're only getting 6, because in the player's handbook, a long rest says that there are 2 hours of your long rest. Can you look this up? Make sure I'm right. Thanks, Craig. 2 hours is just menial activity, which would stand to reason 6 of those hours are sleeping. Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
I'm pretty sure
elves really only sleep for 4 hours. Humans only need 6, which isn't that unrealistic because I only need 7. I've only ever needed 7 in my life.
I honestly need like 12 hours of sleep. I'm not even joking. It's not like, I just like to sleep. I need it.
I think you can go 12. I think 12 is like your limit. My limit's like 10. I can't. If I do more than 10, I feel like shit. I think you need 10.
Yes.
I think you're like, when you're good and you're done is 10.
Yeah.
And I'm at 7. It's crazy. I've never really met anybody that's needed like that much sleep, but it's not weird. It's just, everybody's different. It's just how it is.
Like I can, like when we went to St. Louis, we did... The night before, we slept for like 3 hours, got up, we're on a plane all day, and then went to a concert, and then slept for 3 hours. So 48 hours, we had about like 6 hours of sleep in total. Yeah. And I was fine. Like I was a little grumpy, but I could do it. So
you're just like doing at least we weren't doing that much. We were just kind of like sitting, waiting, and getting on a plane. Yeah. So it's like I can do it, but like if I was doing anything else, I'd be like, fuck this, I can't operate.
But like. When I was in high school, I'd get like 5 hours of sleep, and I'd have to be up at like 5:45 to get on I took like 2 buses to get to school when I was in high school, and it was terrible. I hated high school. I loved high school, but I hated having to get up that early. Yeah. And It's terrible.
A lot of people don't like high school, though.
I loved school. And maybe...
I agree. Okay.
I hated my junior year of high school because it was just really stressful, and I disliked one of my teachers a lot.
Junior year of my high school was also like the most stressful year I ever had.
Yeah. But other than that, I loved school.
They kept giving me shit to do, and I was 15, so I was like, sure, I'll do it. And yeah, I was 15 when I was a junior.
15, 16?
Yeah, I was 15. I turned 16, and then
you and I were both 17 when we graduated. Huh?
Yeah. And I just kept saying. So I was doing mock trial, and I was doing two plays, and I was doing.
Oh yeah, you did 2 plays.
I did 2 at a Chana Playhouse, and I did 1 at which. It's a children's theater that I did since I was a kid, but I kind of just kept doing it until I was in high school, and then eventually I stopped. But I was doing 2 there, and then I did the one that Jordan did because Jordan was our English teacher.
He was.
and I was doing mock trial, and I was also doing the video yearbook. There was a yearbook. We had a yearbook class that we did, and Tyler and I did the yearbook where we made a video instead. And it was so much fun. It's probably the reason why I do YouTube now is because I did that. It was so goddamn fun. We did a parody of The Office as like a skit, and it was great. But yeah, junior freaking sucked. Yes, do you have an answer for me?
I do. The player's handbook does say that the long rest is an extended of 8 hours, of which a player may rest or also do activities but cannot exceed 2 hours. So it doesn't say
you can sleep 8 hours.
It does not say that you have to sleep all 8 or you have to spend 2 hours doing something. It just says that if you choose not to sleep, of those 8, 2 can only be.
You can sleep 6 to 8 hours, and elves can meditate 4 to 6.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I think if sleep's interrupted, it can only be for like an hour. Like you can get woken up in a combat, fight a combat, walk for an hour, go back to sleep,
and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Spend 1 hour of walking, fighting, casting spells, or similar adventuring activities.
Yeah. So if you get spooked in the middle of the night, you don't have to sleep for 8 more hours.
Got it. Yeah. Going back to high school though, I don't want to say I loved high school. It was better than most because our high school was like really. It was a small prep school where like my graduating class was only like 20 people, and I think it might have been less. And
no, it was like 20. Mine was like 28, I think.
Yours was bigger than mine. I know that. And when we were in high school, when you were a freshman, I was a junior.
Yeah.
So it was when we met, it was really creepy. Anyways,
and I thought you were a freshman. You looked like a little baby.
I looked like a fucking freshman.
Yeah.
I looked like a child when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I always say is like I really enjoyed going to somewhere every single day where my friends were also going. Like, and I'm pretty sure that's just why we do this fucking stream now and why we all hang out constantly. It's just because like this is what we did during high school. So we all weirdly still stayed friends. And so we all just like doing menial tasks together now, I guess. Which is weird. And by us, I mean Tyler and Grace, who are the only people who we went to high school. Oh, no.
Logan?
Logan, yeah, but not for that long.
Yeah, I never went to high school with Logan. He would randomly show up some days and be like, I'm here.
He went to our high school for...
Freshman, sophomore with you.
Just 2. No. Yeah, no, it was 2 years. He went there for 2 years.
And then the year that I came in, he no longer went there.
Yeah, and then he stopped going there, and then we stayed friends. Yeah. That's right. I sometimes cut people off in traffic a lot, and it's because I feel like a lot of people have cut me off, so I feel like it's revenge.
There's a specific place in town where you cut people off, and it scares me every time. Right off of our street, there's a turn, and there's traffic coming always. Jacob never stops at that stop sign.
Because I'm either going to be there for hours.
A second, there's a car coming, I'm going.
I'm either going to be there for hours, or I'm going to not be a pussy and just go. In 2 days. Local news.
Yeah.
YouTuber from Visalia. Severe medical condition. Wow.
That's not funny.
All right. Yeah. Knocking on wood over here. Jeez. I had another thing I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, Halloween was fun. Halloween was yesterday.
It was.
So whenever the fuck this is going up, I want to
now
hope
it's Christmas.
we can get this episode up this week. And we can get the episode that we did last week that we didn't upload yet also this week. Craig, how's that look in our schedule?
Good. The one last week is rendering now.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Sick. Good job.
So depending on this one, good.
Damn.
Yeah, good. Double feature.
We went downtown earlier and saw you at Game Core. We were driving and we were like, and then
I spotted you. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have time to go in. I had to get coffee and go to work. But,
That's right.
Yeah.
I was all spun out anyway.
Oh.
So.
Shit.
I bought some very expensive dice today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I used my own money.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
shit. What'd you get?
I got
I didn't care. Like, why didn't you? How dare you use my money? Just like you got dice and didn't tell me.
I sent you them like a week ago and was like, these are really pretty. They look like that.
Oh, those are so cool.
Yeah.
You wanna,
They were a little-
hold that in front of the camera.
Or I could just send you
See?
that
That's how you
photo and then you could put it up.
Like little moon.
The day I throw something and someone doesn't catch it, there you go. Yep.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm going to do like the beauty thing.
Oh, you've got to do your hand behind.
Was it behind?
It's behind.
There you go.
They're gonna
They're-
freak out. That was your first. That's the only time you've ever
First
showed
instance.
yourself in the
It's like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
footage. It's your fucking hand.
You know Marion on our Discord?
Mm-hmm.
This morning she was talking about how she wanted to buy more dice, but she shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I feel the same exact way. And out of solidarity, I bought a set of dice and then told her to do the same. Yeah.
Fair.
eggs.
It's pretty good.
eggs.
What is this, water?
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
It's mine, but you can have some, I guess.
Here, why don't you, while I drink this water, why don't you read one of the questions that's on this and make sure they have
Can you not
hashtag.
drink all of my water?
Do it.
Bluest Lewis
Oh.
says, and they used the hashtag.
Oh, very good.
You, me, in the city of brotherly love, this December 10th through 12th. I don't know. Think about it. I believe they're talking about PAX.
What? Oh.
You and
What?
you and him.
Are you? Is this code?
You and him.
Oh.
Soon. Yep. Soon at PAX Unplugged.
Oh yeah, we'll be at PAX.
We'll be there.
We will be there, unless something horrible goes happening.
You stop saying bad
Not
things.
like
today.
I'm not saying like we're gonna die. I mean like if I don't know the people get back to us and don't give us our PAX tickets and then we have to buy them and then they're sold out, which would suck.
That's
but
not gonna happen.
I don't see why we wouldn't get them.
You know what?
People who run PAX, give me my media badge. Last year I looked like a wuss. I paid for
we
it.
didn't go last year.
Okay, 2 years ago, I looked like I didn't know what I was doing, walking around with a
Well-
basic pass. There, I was walking around with Joe Cat and Puffin Force, and they're like, "Huh, I got my cool media badge." And I was like, "God damn it, I'm an idiot."
Well, to be fair, we didn't try to get media badges that year.
I know, so I'm not going to be a fool this year.
No, I did it already. Me, you, and Colton.
And Victoria.
And Victoria.
Hopefully we'll be there. And I know Logan's going to try to go.
Yep.
And I know that. Can I say this? I think I can say this.
Maybe not.
Yeah, no, I
Maybe
can't. I can't. I believe Dingo and Felix and Joe and Ben are doing another panel, so they're going to be there, which I can't wait because I haven't seen them in like 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. See all of you guys. If you're going to PAX, come find me.
Yeah.
Be like, it's that guy.
And
I'll
we're
be
gonna
like, hello.
We're gonna be there like the day before and the day after as well, because we learned from our mistakes. Mm-hmm. We don't fly in on the same day and leave on the same day.
No, fuck that.
We
That
never.
was a bad time.
We'll never do that again.
Nope.
No.
Fly in the day before so we can sleep and relax and then go.
And I found
And then when we're done, we can sleep and relax and then get on a
when
plane.
we went 2 years ago with Logan, we stayed at this like really cool Airbnb, and then I found it again, and we're
Yeah.
staying there again, and I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
It was a nice place.
Yeah.
All right. Two Gnomes in Trenchcoat asks, okay, think of a video game that you have played right now.
Stardew Valley.
I've actually on the plane and have been playing it recently. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm still coming off of like a cold and my voice sounds a little funny, so I apologize. Anyways, on the plane back, I was playing Breath of the Wild because I haven't played it in a while, and I was like, "Fuck, this game's fun." Anyways, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Pick one, Craig.
I'm playing Skyrim right now.
Oh.
You're playing Scrim?
Mm-hmm.
I love
Scrim.
Are you playing it with like a shit ton of mods, or are you playing it?
No,
normal?
I'm playing on the Switch.
Oh, that's, you know what? Any way to play Skyrim is fine.
To be honest, it's the worst way because I'm playing the Switch, but I plugged it into my computer or my monitor, so I'm just at my desk playing a shitty version of Skyrim.
Well, if you ever go anywhere, you could take it with you.
That's true.
Take your Switch to work. Be like, and then somebody comes in and says, somebody tried to order a burrito and it worked. And you're like, God damn it, Game Core. Anyways, Two Gnomes says, great, now you have to take your player character of that video game on a date and have it go successfully, or you'll be forced to look in the Demogorgon box.
Oh, no.
What you sleep.
What do you do? Wait. It has to be a successful date. You have to take with your Stardew Valley character.
I usually just play myself in Stardew Valley, though. But, like, a cooler version of myself with, like, really cool hair.
Okay.
Perfect date would be going to this place that no longer exists in Visalia. It's called Charcuterie, and it was my favorite place ever. We would go there a lot for breakfast when I was still in high school and you weren't in high school anymore. You would drive me there, and I'd be like, I'm going to spend all of my lunch money for this week at this fucking place.
And it always smelled like maple syrup in there.
It was so good, and the people there were really nice, and it had my favorite food ever. That would be the perfect date. I'd take myself there in a place.
French onion soup.
Why?
That's not what the food that they serve that you like.
No, it's called truffle egg toast. You make it for me sometimes. It's very good. Because for some reason, you are so good at cooking, and like...
I'm not that good. I just kind of know what I'm doing.
I have tried to replicate it, and every time, like, the cheese isn't melted enough, or like the bread is soggy, you do it every time, and it's perfect.
My mom loved me.
She did. Mine loved me too. She just didn't know how to cook.
Oh. Yeah, my mom cooked food like every night, every weeknight.
Yeah, your mom makes the best food ever. Like, I'm
God
so
damn
excited
it.
for
Every
Thanksgiving.
time we go over there and to my parents' house and she makes dinner, it's so comforting because I'm like, this is what I ate growing up, and it's so good. Oh, Thanksgiving's gonna slap.
Yeah.
I would simply
pass away.
Link would get a phone call on his Chica Slate, go, and he'd pull it up, and I'd just be like, Link, you have to come to the Starbucks on the corner.
On the corner.
Please, Link, I'm waiting. And then he'll go, yeah, and then I'd go, and then wait, and then I'd go, I have bomb arrows, and he'd go, yeah, and then he'd run all the way there.
Yeah.
And then he would probably just take the bomb arrow. It would go successfully. Like, I would just pretend to be Zelda, and then he would get the arrows, and he'd be happy, and then he would run away with his little run. He would run away that fast, and I'd never see him again.
Is it just you in, like, a Princess Zelda, like, outfit?
He wouldn't really tell the difference. Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
He'd really only be there for the arrows.
Yeah. Does he, like, buy you the Starbucks in, like, return for the arrows? Or?
He probably, no. Actually, no. Actually, he doesn't spend any rupees while he's there. Actually, if anything, he goes
tried
around,
to give them rupees, and they're like, we don't accept that money here.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck?
Like,
and then he goes around and just starts smashing, like, pots around the room and just, like, destroying everything. Just being
the trash cans out.
Society. Yeah, takes all that shit, and I'm just sitting there, like, he's just running around while all of this is happening, and then he just fucking leaves.
Yeah.
And that would be our date.
Oh,
Who's your player character in Skyrim? Are you playing a Khajiit or an Argonian or a guy?
No.
None?
I'm playing an orc.
Oh, the orc's my
I'm
favorite.
playing a female orc, like battle wizard.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
But they're kind of a murderer.
Oh.
So I'd probably invite them out. I'd get stood up, but they'd actually be like crouched behind me.
Oh.
And there's that new expansion where you can like poison food and put it in their inventory. I just get an apple and I die. And then my body would be immediately just riddled to all of its actual value. And then it'd be picked up and then slowly be taken out of the place and hidden in some room.
It's the LaFave bros. The
That's exactly that.
Fuck. I added a bunch of stickers onto the Discord today.
did.
Yeah.
They're pretty cute.
There's like 3 that are you.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's one where you're behind the DM screen, you're just like this. And then I love the one of you, and you're like this. You're like,
Yeah.
it's like the Kermit sipping the tea. Yeah.
I love that one of Coffee Cake. For sure. It's just like her
I
eyes
love that
above
one
the table.
too. Yeah, it's so good.
Little sweetie.
Oh shit. Weezy65 asks, seeing as I don't know what was answered last week, a new question is there any chance you'll look at or play the new Power Rangers RPG when it comes out?
What?
What
real?
the fuck? That's actually Spencer's new campaign. Yeah. It's the Power
They
Rangers
have that?
RPG. I guess so. There's an RPG for everything now.
I'll play it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, we'll play it. Sure. Why not? Pomegranate asks, what's the best Ludo record and why is it Broken Bride? Broken Bride is good, but it's not the
Slappy.
best.
You're Awful, I Love You.
You're Awful, I Love You is the best one.
Yep.
That's just the right
Every song.
answer. Self-titled is... Okay, Broken Bride's probably second.
Yeah.
Self-titled is third, and then Prepare the Preparations is the worst. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite.
Yeah.
But Broken Bride is really good. But you can't casually listen to Broken Bride unless you're listening to Save Our City. That one's like an okay one, but it's still so goddamn long. It's like you have to be like, I'm gonna listen to this now.
There's a line from Save Our City that I want to get tattooed on me really bad.
Anything can be a weapon if you're holding it right.
Yep. Best.
I love that line too.
Yep. I want something ridiculous that isn't a weapon, but could be a weapon, like a
table leg.
like a table leg or like a chair.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's multiple Ludo lyrics I really
They're
like
all
tattooed.
good. All slappy.
My favorite songs by them are Please, Scream, 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 Mutiny Below, Manta Rays, Hum Along, and Streetlights.
Streetlights. I don't know.
What are yours?
Hum Along's probably my favorite. Save Our City, slappy. Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah, I like Pontchartrain's good.
They opened with that at the concert we
so
went
good.
to. Scare Me is new, and I really like that one. Jacob got mad at me because I was playing it in like February, and he was like, "This is a Halloween song,"
And then
I'm like,
and then it's October, and she never plays it.
I listened to it all year.
This is what you do. You always do this. You get so excited for a holiday, and then you burn out a month before the holiday happens, and then you don't want to... Like, you're already going into Christmas, and I'm like, you're not going to enjoy Christmas when it's actually Christmas. You gotta wait. We listened to, like, 4 Michael Bublé songs at the car today. No more! You're waiting till after Thanksgiving.
No, Such As It Ends is also really good.
Oh, that's a really good one. Yeah. I agree. The spook has come to its end asks, what is the single spookiest moment that comes to mind when you think of your scariest moments in D&D, player or DM? That's a good question.
Spookiest moment.
Spookiest I've ever played. I think the spookiest game I've ever played was... Oh, shit. I have a lot. Well, not really. I don't really get really scared during D. Like, I don't get genuinely afraid. If anything, I whenever I feel a large emotion while playing an RPG game, it's more that I can't believe this is happening, less of a I'm actually feeling this. It's rare that I genuinely feel afraid, unless it's like a game mechanic thing, like, oh god, if anything, it's just suspenseful, like, oh, let's see if this roll succeeds or not. But I think a time I've actually been like, holy fuck, this is actually really scary, is when Colton ran 10 Candles for us. We never streamed it, unfortunately, but it was like the 2 times that he ran, the first time he ran 10 Candles for us, and I was like, this is genuinely like a spooky game. Like, it was scary, and I felt very helpless, and everybody was really into the role play. It was a good time, and I based the Escape from Old Redwick adventure in Questonomicon off of kind of the game that Colton ran in that, because I was like, that was really fucking scary. So, but for the most part, I haven't really played a whole lot of spooky games.
I can't think of anything.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the Session 0 for Stormlands?
Oh.
With Mr. Claw, first name Bone.
Yeah. Well, that guy, was he in my Session 0 for Stormlands?
Yeah, he was like stalking you, Phelan, and Lelia. Wait, who did you do your Session 0 with?
I did my Session 0 alone.
As Philip? That's
Yes.
right. It was the first session
Yeah.
of that game.
My session 0 for Evenfall was pretty spooky. It was like
Really?
Yeah, because I saw that Shatterkai guy, and he like was attacked by a hellhound, I think, and he was like dying, and then he like knew Philip's name and like where he came from and stuff.
I remember you saying the session 0 you had with Olivia was spooky because of those drow. Or not the drow, the people who were like stalking
Why
you.
are all our session 0s spooky?
It's really easy to make them spooky because there's only like 2 people in them.
It's because it was like the drow lady who ended up being, what's her name? Man, her name stuck with me for so long and now I can't think of it.
Wow, forgot her. She was killed in 1 round.
I was so mad about that.
She was going to be...
Katarine.
Yeah.
We're stopped on the road by like, they were pretending to be like merchants and stuff. Yeah. And then we were like, no, maybe we bought something from them. And then like we were walking away like down the road. And I think you had Olivia roll perception or something. And she looked back and they were all just staring directly at us. And then they ended up like following us into the woods and stuff. And they were like hiding in the trees and stuff. And it was pretty spooky.
I think like the first game of D&D I ever played was actually really spooky. Richard ran it for us.
Oh,
and,
God.
Richard isn't his actual name,
No.
but that's what we all call Richard. If you've ever heard of Richard before, that's who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I ever played D&D. He came over, Logan came over, we were still in high school, and we just played like this, we were like, sure, let's play D&D, haha. We thought it was like a joke, like, we're gonna be really nerdy, because we didn't really know what it was, we just knew it was like a nerdy thing. Mm-hmm. And like, he described that we were walking through like the woods, mm-hmm. and there were like creatures following us. And I thought that was really spooky. It kind of got me into it too. I was like, this is like fun. Like, what the fuck? This is cool. Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah.
Your game with when we were in Naven, I think it's called. I don't remember, but there was like those undead guys that were blind and they were following us around.
Yes, that fucking Dark Souls game that you ran, basically. There was goddamn knights walking around who were like undead and were doing cosmic damage to us. Oh my god.
That was spooky.
And we were all we didn't even fight them. We would just stealth from place to place. That was cool.
Yeah.
What's the spookiest game you ever played?
I think a lot of time because I'm just the DM, I don't really have those kind of moments.
Yeah.
But I have a similar thing when I first started. My grandfather ran us through Pathfinder or 2E, who fucking knows. Mm-hmm. It was forever ago. I was maybe 16. And we were doing this hunt for someone who had killed somebody, and we knew they were a werewolf of some kind. Mm-hmm. We knew something was going to happen at that point. And there was just the way he described us, like, going to the woods, but then quickly realizing that, the hunters become the hunted. Mm-hmm. And then we all wind up losing to this creature, and we wind up playing again, and we go, and then the pack is larger because our previous characters are now werewolves on their side.
That's so cool!
It was very cool.
Oh my
god!
It
was that same moment where I didn't really understand what it was, coming from like board games and stuff, and my dad started me real young with playing. I didn't realize that how vast and how different a game could be compared to... Because a board game's like, what's a board game? It's your turn, you do this thing, do these other things. Where any kind of role-playing game is just a completely new fucking animal.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly what it is. And like, I still remember that first game I played that I was just talking about, where I had that realization as well. I was like, this is like a board game, right? And then like we started playing it, and there was just this moment where he was like, okay, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, what can I do? And it's like, and you see it with new players too, and they go, you can do whatever you want. And you go, oh. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of that realization, is like, that's what this game is.
Some kind of
holy
switch
shit.
that gets flipped.
Yeah. I just remember after that, and then playing more with other friends, just like every time I would think about D&D, I was like, this is the best game you could ever play because it's all up to you. Which is like, I still feel that way, obviously, but like I have I've broadened my mind. I've seen more RPGs and whatnot, but like I just remember that being like, this is just a whole new animal I've never uncovered before, and it's very cool. Artemis is Too Spooky asks, can you give us an anecdote concerning the greatness of Jack? I'm going to define anecdote because I'm not going to pretend I know what that means. Short, amusing, or interesting story about a real incident or person. Oh, that's what that means. I've just been using that word thinking I knew what it was. Oh, Jacob, you dumb. Anyways, I don't know. Sometimes you just coexist with another person for a long time, and then there's this moment where you go, that person is just really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a few days before our wedding, Jack had mentioned that he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it or not. And we didn't like see each other at all that day. And then I got here, and as I was walking down the aisle, I noticed that Jack was there, and I hadn't seen Jack in like a year because of COVID. And I was so excited to see Jack. So that was fun, seeing Jack. He also gives very good hugs.
Yeah. I think, man, I feel bad just doing this with Jack because I do this with all of my friends. Like, I could find a little thing that just goes like, this is why I love this person.
I had one recent with Colton that we can't talk about, but it was very nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot talk about it. Not like it's a bad thing.
No, it's a very good thing.
It's spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe we'll talk about it in the future. You guys might find out, but we'll see. Any case, I wish I could go over all of them with all of my friends because I could, but for Jack specifically because the question as so desires it. I did a show with Jack in a couple years ago where we were in the Heights, and he and I were the only white people in that show.
Yeah.
And it was a great time. It was super fun. I love In the Heights. It's just, I love it so much. And it was a lot of fun to be in it. And he and I were kind of in like the same sort of ensemble group, so we got to hang out a lot. And then there was just like this time where like I brought a D&D book to read while I was in between shows. It was Xanathar's Guide Volo's Guide had just come out. And I was reading it. And he was like, oh my God, I love D&D. And I was like, are you kidding me, dude? And we just kind of bonded over that a little bit. And there would be little things that we would talk about, like little things about our games or like little tidbits of lore or like even Critical Role that we would talk about together and be like, oh, this is cool that you know all of the things that I know. And that's how I knew who he was before that, but that's how we became friends.
Yeah.
And then every time I would talk to him afterwards, he would like remember all the little things that I told him and be like, dude, you remember that stupid little thing that I told you about this character from way over here? And that alone, I was like, dude, what the fuck, dude? You're awesome.
Yeah, he's a sweetie.
Yeah, so that was just like a little thing that he did that just really, really embedded that for me. So, I don't even really remember what it was. But like, and then it would continue. Like every time we'd hang out, he would just have like all of these little facts that he would know about me, and he would bring them up. And I'm like, how do you fucking remember this, dude? Yeah. This is insane. So a little anecdote for Jack.
Yeah.
Bribin Sinclair asks, I had a hard time pronouncing that. How would you, as a player, deal with other players who don't do RP in D&D when you do? Asking for a friend, that friend is me. Thank you for being honest. I don't know. I've never really been in a situation like that before where like no, I have. Where you want to RP and then somebody else doesn't want to RP. It depends. I've had some players do that before. And eventually, because they're the minority, they kind of give in a little because everybody's doing it. But if you're kind of the minority in role-playing, I have no idea. Maybe talk to them and be like, guys, I want to role-play more. Or maybe we should do that more and see how they feel about it. And if they're like, we're not down for that, then, I don't know, make a decision.
Yeah.
Because I personally don't know what that's like. Because I have the opposite. Where everybody in my games really likes to roleplay, and I'm the one who's like, let's do a very analog turn-based combat. That's fun. Let's do a dungeon crawl. But yeah, I enjoy roleplay. But
it's also just a thing that people have to slowly become comfortable with. Yeah. Like Maddie and Sabin have been playing with us for a while now, and now they're getting to a point where like they'll initiate like roleplay.
Sabin is kind of the person I'm thinking of because he doesn't always like to role play things out, but he doesn't hate it either. He just kind of goes, oh yeah, my character would say this, or my character would do this. Like he kind of just describes what they do or what they say.
Finding a way to role play that'll make the person most comfortable. I guess.
Yeah. Like Sabin will like is like a deer in the headlights whenever I'm like, how do you want to do this? And then he says like, oh, I do this, and I go, what do you say as you do that? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, sorry. You can just keep going. And it's like, all right. And so we're fine. But like, sometimes you just have people like that. You just have to let them be comfortable. You just want to make sure that you are giving them the opportunities to role play. And then if they shoot it down, you don't make them feel bad. You just go, yeah, you're good. You're fine.
Good question.
Yeah. More Props Art Cosplay asks, what are your favorite colors and what are your favorite characters' favorite colors? Oh, fuck. My favorite color is green.
My favorite color is orange.
What's your favorite color, Greg?
Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I memed you when you first told me that, and then I thought about it and then was enlightened. Brown is a great color.
It is.
There's so many good things that are brown. Do you know what's brown? Wood. I love wood.
You do.
Yeah.
Can somebody clip that and send it to me? Thanks. Damon's favorite color is brass or gold. Or orange, like a really fiery orange. Mm-hmm. Jason's favorite color is blue.
Obviously. And gold. But just the trim.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who am I playing right now?
Farron?
Farron's favorite color is like lavender, like lilac.
LaMarcia.
Probably purple.
Philip.
Red.
Kia.
Oh, that's a hard one. Gold.
Huck.
Oh. I don't know about Huck. Orange.
Kazira.
Green.
And Eastmark.
Eastmark?
We're running Curse of Strahd for Maddie, Saban, Marshall, and Abram.
Yeah.
And you're playing Eastmark.
I am.
Because you've played Strahd so much, I thought you just played NPC. So, yeah, what's Eastmark's favorite color,
know.
babe?
I don't know. Gray?
Gray? All right. What's Sarabella's favorite color?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know, probably orange, I guess.
Probably orange. I was going to say maybe orange.
Orange is
all right.
safe. Yeah.
Tiff.
Same favorite color.
Purple.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was Barrett's favorite color?
Probably like a light blue. Like a sky blue.
Aww.
Yeah.
A baby blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that all your characters? What the fuck? I thought there were more. Who am I forgetting?
Lazarus.
Lazarus. Oh my god. Yeah. What's Lazarus' favorite?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
It's a weird color to like.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of people who like yellow. If you're like, my favorite color is
That's
yellow.
your sister's favorite color.
Emma's?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. Oh, what the fuck?
Yellow's probably my second.
I was going to say yellow is probably my second favorite color.
I only like yellow when it's next to a color I like more. I'm like, that yellow looks good there. But it's only because it's next to
And then probably green.
green
Yeah.
or something. Green's just the best color.
Yeah.
Except for, I don't like lime green. I like dark
You like a forest green.
forest green or like a almost bluish green. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My favorite color is orange, but I never wear or buy things that are orange. This is like red, kind of. The inside's, I guess, orange.
Look at that blanket.
Oh. Oh, you got me there. Did I buy
For
this?
audio listeners, there's a blanket right next to her that's orange.
Did I buy this?
I didn't fucking buy it.
No, but it was gifted to me.
I don't know. Maybe they thought your favorite color is orange.
Well,
and
it
that's why
is.
They got it for you. Maybe my parents got that for
Maybe.
you. I don't know.
Me either.
I want waffle fries.
Me too.
Dirk asks, your D&D characters are competing on a reality show like America's Got Talent. What are they doing for their acts and how far do they make it? You guys always ask these really complicated, what would your character order from McDonald's? I don't fucking
Nothing.
know.
Nothing from
I have
McDonald's.
no idea.
Okay.
The little apple slices.
Okay. Kazira and Lazarus are competing in America's Got Talent.
I don't know, fucking rock climbing.
Yeah. Maybe I can do it. Let me see.
Because he has a climbing speed.
I mean, I'm just doing like this.
Oh, whoa.
You're just taking your fingers apart. You take your arms off.
Yeah.
And you're just
What
and you just fall onto the ground and roll around, and you're like, look at me.
Does that do it for you? You like this?
Yeah. I don't know.
Look, I'm helpless.
Sticking to the
Why aren't you
ceiling.
laughing?
Something stupid.
Lazarus would do something really dark.
Yeah.
He would kill something, and everybody would be like, oh. And they're like, wait. And then he'd bring it back to life, and everybody's like, whoa.
That's worse.
Yeah. he would cut off the head of a cockroach, and then it would be alive still, and then put it on the other way around, and it would continue to be alive. And everybody's like, why? He would have Bear Lazarus eat him.
Yeah.
And then he would come back next week alive, and everybody would be really confused. Oh, man.
That poor boy's humor is so fucked up.
I love Lazarus.
Yeah.
What? Oh, geez. Silk asks, why don't you use XP? Also, least favorite D&D monster. See, it's a complicated question than an easy question.
Competitiveness is why we don't use XP.
Yeah, I've just had a lot of bad experiences with XP. It's against my namesake, but I find that XP.
It's also hard to manage.
I do like XP actually.
That's why I don't do it. It's a lot of numbers, and fuck that.
So I don't like to. I prefer milestone, because it's just easier for me to say you're the next level now, without accidentally the players getting way too high of a level and I can't control it.
Yeah.
That's the primary reason, is I can control as the DM how quickly everybody levels up. Mm-hmm. I'm running out of breath talking. I don't know how I did this. Okay, I'm good. So, the other reason I've had a lot of bad experiences is people really wanting to level up and doing stupid shit. Like, I'm going to go into the middle of a field and kill a bunch of lions just to level up. And it's like, this is stupid. And it's not like I could tell you don't do that. Like, okay, fine. But your character's like metagaming their XP, and that's the part I don't like about it. What I do like XP in the way that we use it in Fallout, which is why I built it that way. Because I do prefer XP. I think the pointy system is fun because I like seeing how close we are to level up. And if we just do these couple more things, we'll level up. I think that's fun for players. Instead of being like, can we level up now? And the DM says, no, next time maybe.
I actually think that's a really good point. I was thinking about how in the hell you fix that. It's exactly that. You incentivizing adventure, finding new people, finding new adventures, finding new locations, new monsters to fight. That's a really great way to do it. For
those of you who don't know, in the Fallout system that I wrote, you get XP from surviving encounters with any monsters. So even if you don't win, as long as you escape or live, you get XP. And it depends on if it's a hard, average, or easy, average, or deadly encounter. So yeah. Then if you encounter any new monsters you've never fought before, you get extra XP. If anybody hits 0 during the combat, you get more XP because failure is the best teacher. And also doing quests and doing dungeons gives you XP as well. And I give a ranking for each one that's either easy, medium, or hard, and that nets a certain amount of XP. And because every level is just, you need 1,000 to level up, it's flat the entire time. So if it's an easy quest, it's 50. If it's this many, it's this many. So I can keep everything a flat amount. I literally only have like 6 numbers that I need to use in order to give out everything. And even then, it's fun because what I liked that you guys were doing is you were like, we could stay in Necropolis and like discover all these locations and go to them, which incentivizes adventuring, not murdering a bunch of things. Or we could leave and turn in this quest. Either way, both are still incentivized by XP, but it's not like a weird metagamey way that you're doing it. Your character just wants to explore, and that's a natural way for you to do that. So, also, if anybody ever dies, you guys get 1,000 XP. So this led to some funny conversations of being like, I want to level up. So yeah, I do like XP. I don't like D&D's XP. Yep.
Least favorite monster?
Oh. I think we've talked about this before, and it's just hard to pick one. So people always talk about how they really like intelligent monsters. Like I've just heard that a lot from people. Like I don't like dumb monsters. I really like dumb monsters because I like there to be oh no, we have to combat this thing. We can't convince it to stop. Oh well, and we just have to kill it until it's dead. I think that's fun. But my least favorite monsters are like the ones that are like really, really smart and they have like backup plans on backup plans of like things they can do that just lets them win. Like, I just like liches are fun, but they're not like that complicated. What I just don't really like, I don't like that like gold dragons have a stat block. Aren't they? They're like good creatures. Unless you're playing like an evil game, or the gold dragon decided to become evil, or it's on your side or something. You're never really going to use it. So, I don't know. That's just kind of annoying to me.
Okay.
But in terms of least favorite monster,
I don't like beholders.
Beholders?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't like them.
That's a hot take.
They're cool. They're like iconic, but I don't like fighting them.
I can't think of a monster I don't like. This is really strange.
You know what I really didn't like? Fighting that death kiss. That was spooky.
Keep talking.
I never fought one of those before. And then we fought one on
Spooky.
Friday.
I saw that game actually.
Really?
I don't know what came over me to
You're like,
watch it.
I want to watch this.
Well, because I've only seen like the first like 4 episodes, and then this, so I was like, I'm missing a lot. And I was like, I didn't even realize that Jack had been added.
Yeah.
Until I was like, oh,
He came in that game,
yeah,
actually.
Jack's not like normally here. That was super cool.
Oh, he's brought in the monster manual.
Gotta consult the Bible.
The Bible. It's got a freaking beholder on the back of it, too.
Open a random page and see if you like it.
I like elementals.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm a sucker for them.
Can you
I like ogres. I like nothics.
can you make a
I
weed
like
elemental?
gnomes. I like
A weed
dragons.
elemental?
Yeah.
I
That'd be
like
really funny.
Demons.
Yeah. That's
kinda
it's
funny.
a Cards Against
Carrying
Humanity
colors.
card. We were
Yeah.
playing it last night, and it's a weed elemental that gets everyone high.
That's funny. That's really funny.
I like beholders. I like demons. I like dragons. I like drow. I like ettins. Fairy dragons are cool. Flame skulls, flumps, gargoyles. I don't dislike any of these. Gnolls, goblins, gricks, grells. I like hags. Half dragons are maybe weird.
All right.
Do you know
There you
why?
go. There you
Do
go.
you know why
Here
I
you
don't
go.
like half dragons?
Huh.
So why the fuck aren't they just dragonborn? Like, what is this? Why is
Did that guy come out
its
of
existence bothers me?
that guy come out of an egg?
I like hobgoblins. I like hook horrors.
Did he?
Get the homunculus.
Yeah, they're sweet.
Krakens are cool. I like liches. I like lycanthropes.
Dragonborn, do they come out of eggs, or are they?
I don't think. I
Can
think
they?
they do.
They do. Great.
I like myconids. I like ogres. I love ooze. It's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Ropers, rocks. Salamanders. Yep. Shadows, scarecrows. Shield guardian, shaling mound, skeleton. Fuck. I can't. Sloths are also awesome. Maybe specters. No, it's a ghost. It's cool. Sphinxes. I don't like sphinxes. That's it.
Hey, now.
That's it. I don't like sphinxes. I don't ever have a place for them. Matthew Mercer does a good job figuring out. All right, let's see if anything is worse than a sphinx. Succubus, I'm fine. Tarrasque, whatever. Thrycreen, ant people are cool. Tree ant, fine. Love me treebeard. Troglodytes are cool. Trolls are awesome. I'm like Umber Hulks. Unicorns and vampires are also great. Vampire spawn, water weirds. Water weirds are like, why? Water elemental and water weird. Why are there 2 different versions? I don't get that. White, will-o-wisp, wyverns, wraiths, yeti, zorns. Zorns are really cool. I love Yuan-Ti, like one of my favorites. I don't like these guys. Sorry, Logan. I don't like the Yugoloths that much. But it's just me being dumb. I don't know when to ever use them. So, like, I just haven't had a good example. And I like zombies. So, Sphinxes and Yugoloths. Those would be my least favorite.
There you go.
But I don't hate them.
What this person is saying online is that in vanilla 5e, which I assume just means PHP, they do come from eggs. But there are other sources in all of 5e that do say that they're not necessarily always from an egg. Like, there are instances where they don't as well.
Okay.
I like the idea that Dragonborn can be created, like, via magic. I think that's fun.
I just like the idea of a little baby dragonborn coming out of an egg. It's pretty cute. Like a little lizard.
Yeah.
I had a friend, maybe it was Mia. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to check with her. But Mia had a character, and they romanced someone else, another woman. And they wind up having a kid because they talked to their DM about would alter self giving them opposite sex, would that produce a child? It did.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a very interesting concept.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. D&D says trans rights. Right there in the alter self.
Yeah.
You can have a PP if you want.
Or
You want-
none.
You want no PP? You want to be flat?
Well, I don't know if it's exactly what. That's all right.
Can you give yourself... I'm going to ruin this. Can I use Alter Self to give myself badonkers?
Yeah.
Have you seen that clip on TikTok of the
probably.
VR thing that...
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite feature in this? Yeah.
It's Zuckerberg, and he's like, "You want to see what my favorite feature in this?" She's like, "Wow, this is so cool," and he just has these huge tits, and she goes, "Wow." That's gonna be me with Alter Self. Son of a bitch. How long does Alter Self last?
I think
Let's find out.
8 hours, maybe.
8 hours?
Yeah. Unless you do my version of Alter Self, which is permanent.
Oh, Elfrin's Alter Self. Yeah, that's a good one.
No one is high enough level to cast it yet, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a high level spell.
It is. I think it's 7th.
Mm-hmm.
1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour? Gotta get that fucking quick. My beautiful dark twisted Grantasy asks, "How is Craig?"
Chilling.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm good.
That's great.
There's your answer.
Well,
Yeah.
let's answer one more question.
Okay. What's that face? He's like, there are no more questions. That's the end of the podcast.
Don't say that. That means it's supposed to end. Barden asks, "Hi, individually, what was the best meal you had ever had and where from?"
I answered it already. Charcuterie. Truffle egg toast. They don't exist anymore. They closed. Saddest day of my life.
I don't know. I like all food too much, so I can't really say. It's just all good.
Oh, also, I had this really good vegan chicken sandwich at this place in downtown Disney, and I think about it like once a week, and it's very far away, so spicy. Oh, so good.
Zonkers for Honkers asks, "If you could have a mount, and it could be anything, what would it be? Would mounta be allowed in would mounts be allowed in drive-thrus? Can we arrest people based on what they choose their mounts to be? What if you're my mount?
What?
Ooh. Whoa.
Can I ride you through a drive-thru?
No.
Valentine's
You
Day
cannot.
ain't here yet. we
Can
gotta
Jack
have
be
more
my
of
mount?
those.
Jack can be
Can
your
I
mount.
ride Jack around through a drive-thru?
Sure.
You both are ridiculous. You
What
said that and you both blushed.
What? My husband?
Oh no. So scandalous.
Scandalous.
What if my mount was our car, but I rode the top of it?
Kind of like SpongeBob does with that rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that
drive
rock.
it. I just put it in neutral and push.
But a really big hill.
It's like in the Flintstones.
Mm-hmm.
Their car, they just use their feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Can my mount be? Well, I don't know. Would it be? I don't know. I feel like you couldn't make some mounts illegal depending on what. I don't know. What would be an illegal mount?
I don't know.
Like another person, but if the other person consents to it, I guess it's fine.
Sure.
Somebody rides through a drive-thru with a bald dude with a ball gag and like a bunch of straps all over him, and he's just like, "Hi, can I get a?
Do you have to?
Can I?
Wait, would you have to
Ignore
register
him.
it?
Yeah.
Would you have to go to the DMV? And be like,
You walk in with
like
that on a
brand.
leash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I register this?
They come over to like a blacksmith, heat it up, and they
Yeah.
burn it on their butt.
oh,
Yeah. Could you imagine how different Main Street would be if you went to like have like those like carriage rides, but instead they're just two yoked guys in bondage carrying the cart because there's music playing. Tis the season.
I mean, parking might be a little bit easier. But like, just fit more people in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Why did we go to people? You could just pick
You went
horses.
to people.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we rode more horses. Maybe not. I don't know about that. I think it'd be fun, and then some people would ruin it, and then I wouldn't want it anymore.
How would they ruin it?
I don't know. I think it'd be cool if more people rode horses. It'd be badass. People just walking down the road with a horse. Whenever I see a horse and somebody's riding it, I'm like, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But then if you're like a horse like girl or a horse person, it's like
Straight to jail.
Straight
straight to jail, right to jail. Yeah. Mount your horse.
Straight to jail.
Don't.
Mount your horse. That's what you do to a horse, Spencer. No. You mount horses. That you
straight to jail.
You strap on that saddle and you mount that horse.
All right.
You strap on that strap on.
No.
And you fuck your horse.